Now from KC24, in partnership with the Tulare County Office of Education, a Your Character Matters special honoring Tulare County students.
It's been a school year unlike any other for kids around the valley. But while campuses may have shut down to prevent the spread of COVID-19, South Valley students were still able to shine in and out of the classroom. Thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Barugian. In partnership with the Tulare County Office of Education, KC24 has been highlighting stories featuring South Valley students with great character. Here now is the Tulare County Superintendent of Schools to tell us more.
Welcome to the 2020 Your Character Matters Recognition Special. I'm Tim Heyer, Tulare County Superintendent of Schools. Tonight we're paying special tribute to 17 wonderful Tulare County students we profiled on Your Character Matters this year. In the nation, we know of no other programs like Your Character Matters. It reflects our commitment to provide and advocate for character education in our schools. We support it because we believe that an investment in student character is an investment in the future of our communities. I'd like to thank a few people who make Your Character Matters happen each year. Kelly Petty, our Character Counts Coordinator. Tulare County Office of Education staff members Kathleen Green Martins, Jean Mendez, Conan Palmer, and Craig Alameda. The incredible team from KC24, General Manager J.R. Jackson, Kevin Mahan, Lisa Berger, Fabiola Ramirez, and Russ Parsley. And Tulare County educators who teach and enforce good character every day and share those successes with KC24 viewers. I would also like to thank our generous sponsors, Educational Employees Credit Union and the A&W restaurants in Tulare County. At the end of this program, please view all of the Your Character Matters segments on our website. Thank you for joining us this evening. Now enjoy these heartwarming stories that remind us that your character matters.
And now our Fabiola Ramirez will introduce us to several Tulare County students coming from all walks of life. To kick off this special, we visit an after-school club in Porterville, whose members are overcoming hardships together while improving their community.
This group of students are hard at work, dedicating their time and energy to make their community a better one. They are part of an after-school club at Pleasant View Elementary School called SQUAD, which stands for Students Who Are Qualified, Unique, Awesome, and Disciplined.
It's a lot of kids who want to give back to the community. They want a place to belong. They want a club to belong to.
The group has students 4th through 8th grade who value their community and serve any way they can.
I like the most about being in SQUAD is that we help the community, and I love to help the community.
One of the places students serve is the Popular Church of God. Here, they pack and hand out meals for those in need. They also help pluck out weeds, clean the parking lot, anything that needs work, students are willing to do.
Just seeing these children just helping people and helping just because we're helping the community here and just coming and just helping us to clean and to do is hope for this town.
For some students, it's their first year in the club.
I just want to help people out.
For others, they helped start the club 3 years ago.
Miss Irving went up to me and she told me if I wanted to start a squad with her, and I said sure. So that's whenever we start on.
Students in this club have experienced great loss, depression, anxiety, and so many other types of struggles.
This group, when they come together, they talk about social and emotional issues and problems in their families or problems at school, and they come together as a team, and they're willing to give back and they're willing to be positive.
Now we head to Golden Valley Elementary to meet two boys who jumped into action when a younger student needed help.
Imagine being 5 years old, stuck in a bathroom stall, unable to open it. That is what happened to this little boy. Thankfully, these 5th graders were around to save the day.
We heard the little kid crying, and I told my friend, let's help the kid.
Anthony Mendoza and Juan Soria didn't hesitate. Immediately, they knew what to do.
Anthony went under the door, then he opened it, then I talked to the kid.
Not only did these boys help the kindergarten student get out, they also calmed him down, asked if he was okay, and helped him get dressed. Once he was ready, the boys walked him outside and took him to adults, as he was still a little shaken.
So they had the situation under control, and acted quickly and helped this little boy.
The boys handled everything the right way, helped this little boy out without expecting anything in return. But learning director Norma Lupa decided these boys needed to be recognized with the Your Character Matters Award for their heroic efforts.
So I was very proud of the boys. I talked to them. I said, well, great job, guys, and this is how we help each other at our school.
That's what our school is all about, helping kids and helping other people.
And we now introduce you to a young student from Tulare who exemplifies the meaning of treating others the way you want to be treated.
Yeah! It's dinosaurs versus a monster truck in this classroom at Garden Elementary School. While it seems like a simple playtime, it is a lot more than that.
Okay.
6th grader Jonathan San Ramon does what many kids his age wouldn't.
3 years ago, I saw one of the special needs kids just sitting down on the bench. So I went up and I started talking to him, and well, we just started getting along, and then I started to help out.
3 years later, here he is.
You put him right here. Put all of them right
Which one you want first?
Some of the students are nonverbal or have limited communication skills, but Jonathan makes it a point to try to understand their way of communicating.
He just sits and works with them, and he's very patient to try and get that communication of what our students are asking or what they're wanting to do.
During recess, Jonathan invites students like Angel to join him and his friends to play.
I found out that he likes playing basketball, and I used to play a lot of basketball. So I played basketball with him, then a soccer ball came by. He started playing soccer.
Jonathan also teaches them how to shoot the basketball and the rules of the game. His great character and willingness to help has spread throughout campus, and now other students are also joining him.
I went with him, and I realized that he is super kind to them. He's the most best kid he can ever be. It's super cool when I see him with Angel. I just loved it. So then I went here, and then I started loving it too.
Sometimes a student shines the minute you meet them. Our Fabiola Ramirez now introduces us to an 8th grader who is caring and compassionate toward her fellow students at Kings River Elementary School.
She immediately stood out to me, just her care and compassion, the sensitivity and attentiveness that she paid to herself, to her peers. You just could tell there was something there.
Mr. Jeremy Boryok is talking about this young lady, Aubriana Dowler, an 8th grader whose caring personality was noted since day one. This school year, she has proved it. She's been assisting a student who suffered from a traumatic injury. Aubriana shares one specific day when she was able to help her.
She was having trouble getting her backpack and getting situated in the classroom, so I pulled out her chair, I helped her sit down, I helped her get all her stuff out. And at the end of class, she dropped her crutches and she fell. So I helped her up, I got her crutches, I handed them to her, and I put everything back in her backpack and helped her walk out.
Aubriana is said to be this caring with every single one of her peers.
She's caring and she respects like her peers and teachers, and she's just like, I don't know, she's just amazing overall. Like, she helps her peers when they need help.
Aubriana's teacher didn't want her great character to go unnoticed. That is why he nominated her.
I was quite ecstatic when I heard that she was awarded. I felt it was well deserved.
There are times when you display your character when no one is watching, and that's exactly what happened for 3 boys from Woodlake Valley Middle School who did the right thing when it mattered most.
Imagine walking through the park and all of a sudden you find a wallet full of cash, credit cards, and more. Some would keep the cash and not return it to its rightful owner, but not these boys. They found a wallet at Woodlake Park by a bridge and immediately knew what to do.
Our first instinct was we wanted to try to return it. So then I happened to know there's addresses on their ID, so we were looking for that. And then we went to Google Maps, and then we looked up the address, and then we walked all the way to the address to give the wallet back.
The wallet had credit cards and at least $200 in cash. They nervously walked all the way to the address listed, knocked on the door, and returned it, leaving with the satisfaction that they did a good deed.
It made me feel good, seeing the smile on his face, how glad he was to not lose everything. It's a good feeling.
A good feeling for all 3 of them.
It made us feel really good. Like after we were walking back to the park,
We felt so good.
My parents were very happy. My dad was all like, he was saying that that's how he wanted to raise his son, to be a great guy and then just to be a nice person.
The boys made their parents proud, but made the school even prouder. It saw this as an opportunity to show others that character counts all the time.
So what we do is quarterly we honor students who are students we call of pride or part of the character pillars. And so we made sure that we made an extra big deal out of these 3 young men so that other students, when faced with the challenges of doing the right thing or, you know, walking by and not doing the right thing, that they chose to do the right thing.
Now we honor a standout student from Jefferson Elementary in Lindsay who shows what it means to be a leader. Let's toss it back to our Fabiola Ramirez.
I have a leader amongst my class.
That leader is Josue Gutierrez, an 8th grader who was nominated by his peers for always being on top of things. His classmates say he is a dependable person.
He usually helps us out when I'm like, let's say I'm stuck on something, he's there to help me. He doesn't give me the answer. He just helps me out.
He really deserves it because he's a really good student, great friend, great person. He has a good education. He knows how to handle his stuff, do his work, and he's very helpful.
These students have been in class together at Jefferson Elementary since kindergarten, so they have grown up together. Josue always makes it a point to push each other as they go up a grade level.
So we should help each other out. There's no I in team, and you gotta help out each other. So like, we all want to graduate or at least transfer, so we need to help each other out to get caught up and go to high school.
Josue's 8th grade teacher, Mr. Moreno, says he can rely on him to lead a class, a lesson, or project anytime.
It's not just when he's being watched, it's every day, all the time. Josue's a very selfless learner. He's always looking for the benefit out of the group. He always kind of puts himself at the end. He'd rather take care of somebody else.
Besides being helpful and a great leader, Josue makes class fun and learning enjoyable. He was also very humble when told he was the top nominee school-wide.
Wow, I just couldn't believe it that I got nominated and all that. I was very excited to go accept my award. I was really happy.
Let's now head over to Tulare Union High School to meet another standout student who is a leader and positive influence, always full of great character.
Keisha is pretty much the perfect example here at Tulare Union on what it is to be a member of our tribe. She is the most caring, outgoing, and just makes everybody around her a better person.
This is senior Keisha James. She is loud, cheerful, and full of positivity. You can often find her walking around Tulare Union High School doing what she does best.
I used to have music, like my little boom box, and I'd be playing happy good songs. I'd be like, good morning, you're beautiful, have a nice day.
She is a leader on campus, out in the court, in the classroom, and in clubs. As president of the anti-bullying club Project Z, she has excelled to the expectations of a high school leader.
She has helped families during Thanksgiving time with turkeys and food and baskets. She's helped kids who need clothes with our TU Cares closet.
Keisha encourages others to meet one new student at lunch, especially those who may be alone. At this point, everyone at school knows her, and she sure is leaving her mark on campus.
One of the moments that I always like to share about Keisha is one morning as I was walking on campus, she was very enthusiastic at 7:30 a.m. telling everybody good morning, super loud, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? She's like, I just want everybody to have a good day. I'm like, you know what, that sums up who she is. It doesn't matter the situation, where she's at, what's going on, she wants to help people out, have a good day, and little things like that go a long way.
Me and 4 others, we come into the closet every day and we organize. We're like fairy godmothers almost. It's oh my gosh, it's a mess. And then we're like, bippity boppity boo, put all this work and we're done. We have from
Well, we weren't done with Keisha after her story. She's also part of a great effort at Tulare High, providing clothes for those in need. The Care Clothes Closet was started by Project Z Club, and they had an empty room and a great idea.
I feel like this makes their school life easier because we're kids. We don't need to be worrying about if we have clothes on our backs or if we don't look good enough for everybody else. We need to worry about, I need to get this test done, I need to get my homework done. And this, I feel like, has taken a lot of that pressure off some of our students.
The closet is open for anyone and everyone, no questions asked. And all the items there are free for students. Those in charge of this closet showing us how having great character creates a positive impact on others around us. High school can seem like an intimidating place for incoming students, but for one of the seniors at Woodlake High School, she's made it her mission to make sure every student feels included, no matter their grade level.
A leader on and off the court, Rihanna Muno, a senior volleyball player, has made it her goal to make everyone at Woodlake High School feel welcome.
I don't want to be known as like someone that senior who like just was to herself and just was with her friends or didn't talk to anyone. Like I wanted to be known as like someone like who's really friendly, who you can come and talk to no matter what, who will support you.
The people who she's truly made an impact on are freshmen, especially those in the volleyball team. Rihanna encourages them, pushes them to do better, and inspires them any way she can.
Rihanna, she just changed my freshman year because she made me feel welcome. She made me feel awesome, like, hey, like I'm actually, like I matter in the volleyball team.
The volleyball head coach noticed Rihanna's effort and decided to promote her and nominate her for the Your Character Matters Award.
Her words never lead, it's always 100% her actions. And that was my coaching job this year, was to try and allow her to be able to coach on the court for her teammates as well, but she always coached by example.
Students recognized her kindness by selecting her as homecoming queen.
I hope other people notice or are inspired by what I do or how I act, and hopefully they keep a positive mindset or a positive voice and just treat others the way they want to be treated.
She's a very helpful, kind person, and I'm glad she got this award. She really deserves it.
Beth Jimenez is a student athlete at Farmersville High School. She's proven herself to be a true leader on and off the court. Her teachers say she makes sure to lend anyone a hand, never putting any students down.
It's nice helping other people, especially if I know that they need the help. She's definitely very encouraging, and she's hardworking. You could tell that if anybody is down or seems like they're struggling, she goes over and goes out of her way to help someone.
Lizbeth's great character and willingness to assist her classmates has created a positive domino effect on her campus. And now our Fabiola Ramirez introduces us to a student who dug deep to get his grades up, showing his great character along the way.
When we looked at this, students can easily fall behind in school, but it takes a person with character to reach out for the help they need. And that is what Demetrius Williams did.
My grades were actually terrible.
He was attending El Monte High School at the time. With the support of his mother, he switched to Accelerated Charter High School, a school in which he has excelled.
I got my credits back on track, and at this point even ahead of where they're supposed to be.
Demetrius wanted to attend ACHS to improve his grades, but also to be closer to his mother Kiki, who works there as a security guard.
A positive transformation for him from going from failing some classes at his old school to coming here and getting the support and extra help that he needed.
Demetrius and his family have encountered numerous struggles throughout the years.
Probably had our own place twice, if I can remember. And us not having our own place would mean we have to adapt to like the schedules of other people's places because we'd be in the homes of others.
Despite the obstacles, Demetrius had the goal to graduate high school early and start his college career.
He's just an amazing young man that has blossomed here, and his mom as well. I think Kiki's learned a lot from us, and it's just exciting. We're excited for them.
Demetrius accomplished his goal and graduated early and will be attending Reedley College.
Now we're highlighting a group of students who are motivating each other to get good grades and stay on the right track. Take a look.
This is not your typical class, but it is a class in which students learn to cook and through the process have learned to support each other. These young men are in a group, Student Joel Lopez was temporarily transferred into Dainuba High School. He was put in this class and in this group.
Yeah, it was hard because I don't have any friends or anything, so I was like super quiet at first.
Joel was struggling with his grades due to poor choices.
They accepted me right away, so I didn't really feel uncomfortable.
His peers motivated him to do better for himself and for his future. One student even offered to tutor him during lunch.
We all like making friends, especially my group, our group. And you know, we just like to help people out.
Teacher Martha Macias says she is beyond proud of her students. She says they truly made Joel's experience at Dainuba High School a special one.
There are two scenarios that it could have played out for him, and he could have just walked out of here sad, not knowing anyone, and just moving on to the next part of his life. But instead, he actually walked out with a strong bond, a strong friendship.
I thought, like, our opinion didn't really matter, but this came to show that it kind of does, you know. If you speak, people will listen.
These students at Sierra Vista High School put in some teamwork to make sure they were being given good meals. They chose to speak up about the food they were being served on campus. One student thought it was time for a change in quality, and that's why she got her classmates together and all of them decided to do something about it.
We didn't, you know, go start a riot or anything. We did it the way you're supposed to do it, is make a petition, you talk to the people about it.
It was good that we could all get along, you know, work on something that we believe needed to be changed.
The students created their petition with the help of their English teacher. Through the process, students say they got to know each other, making new connections within the campus. And the director of food services listened, so they were able to enjoy a whole new menu. This next young lady is making an impact by caring for her community, and that includes nurturing four-legged friends as well.
You can call him Gerald. Gerald.
Yup, this is Gerald, and he's being held by Megan Robbins, a student from Exeter Union High School who we are recognizing for being caring with animals, children, and everyone in her community.
She does a lot with like community involvement, like the Christmas light display, and she raises sheep at her house, which is like huge. And she's just a super like involved person, like in school, ag, like everything.
Megan says she loves spending time at the school farm with these animals. At home, she has a sheep farm, chickens, and ducks. But even though she dedicates so much time to animals, her true passion is to work with kids. She recently got accepted to Sacramento State.
I'm going to school to be a child development major, and I want to do elementary teaching, but I also want to focus on special needs as well because I love like just hanging out with them.
Megan is very involved in her community. She recently ran for Miss Exeter, helps at her parents' farm, and even dresses up as an elf each year. She also enjoys showing off her animals to the youth.
She's the kind of person that just has that very caring, nurturing heart, and it doesn't matter whether you're at school, whether you're downtown Exeter, you know, whether you're out at her family's farm, you know, you just see that across the board with Megan.
From taking care of farm animals to educating others about service dogs, our Fabiola Ramirez introduces us to a South Valley teen who started Project Biscuit.
Most important.
This is Biscuit, a guide dog in training, and this is Sofia Biagio, the person who is raising and training Biscuit to be a service dog.
Just knowing how life-changing Biscuit will be for someone when he graduates, I'm so excited for when he'll be paired with someone who's visually impaired.
As Sofia raises Biscuit, she has realized many people know very little about service dogs.
One day when I was grocery shopping with Biscuit, and a woman and her kids was asking me about him and the training process, and it made me realize how uneducated people are on service animals.
Sofia took it upon herself to educate students about service dogs through classroom presentations. Santa Fe Elementary School in Porterville is one of the many schools where she spoke.
I love combining my passion for animals and just bringing awareness to something that's not really discussed.
Sofia does a great job at educating students about the do's and don'ts around guide dogs.
Service animals are not supposed to be touched without receiving permission from the handler.
It's really neat for the children that are here now in my classroom to see that they can do something special just like Sofia. She's helping the community she's setting a good example for my students now, showing them that she went to the same school, they can do the same thing that she's doing and help others.
Sophia has definitely inspired students to volunteer like her.
I would really like to do something like that, and I think she's really the one who's like guiding me to do something like that.
The next Your Character Matters standout is a student from Visalia. He's only in high school, but used the first aid techniques he learned to save another student's life.
Spread it out, go ahead and pull it off.
This is the First Responder Academy at Golden West High School in Visalia. In this program, students learn a broad range of life skills.
I take a series of classes over the 4 years in the program where they do criminal justice, firefighting skills, EMT skills.
Student Michael Falcon is in his second year of the program. He has learned first aid techniques that he was able to use when a student was choking during lunch.
I saw the ball of food in his mouth, and then he said, I kind of heard a help. So I rushed over, started doing the Heimlich maneuver. My friend went inside, got the teacher, and then by the time he came out, I was already doing the Heimlich maneuver and everything.
Michael says he is beyond grateful for the classes he's taken because that day he knew just what to do.
It is really helpful to know all these different types of things, so then if the situation ever calls for it, like it did, you will know what to do. Like after that happened, I sat back down and I really thought, wow, I actually used this. I actually applied it into a real life situation.
But I think when you get to actually use skills that you learn in the program, I think it's absolutely a bonus for them. And then as far as Michael being the person that did it, is one of those things that's kind of a little extra bonus because he's a good kid.
Michael says he did what any other student who is trained would have done and was very surprised when recognized.
Yeah, I did a good deed, but I didn't really think it was unnecessary for it.
Our final story features a young cadet who is a leader and a positive role model at La Sierra Military Academy. Our Fabiola Ramirez makes the introductions.
What you're going through is not going to be the worst thing you ever go through. You're going to get through it because I did, Mr. Johnson did, the girl behind the camera did, we all did.
This enthusiastic and positive young lady is Cadet Second Lieutenant Audrey Harris.
Wear your own jacket and have your own name tape on it. That's the military tip of the week.
Not only is she the face of weekly announcements at La Sierra Military Academy, she's also the brains behind the videos.
She videotapes, she puts together storyboards. After videotaping, she'll construct it all into video and then ship that off to our media arts department so they can input it into the weekly news that we produce every Monday.
Chief Andrade nominated Audrey for the Your Character Matters Award because he says she is such a positive influence on campus.
Every day she would show up to school, and it was funny because I would be in my office and you would hear her yell out kind of like the Good Morning Vietnam movie, "Good morning, La Sierra," and the kids just eat that up. And that's just a testament to her personality. She's very outgoing.
Audrey has faced challenges in her life, yet always looks for ways to make others stay better.
Just being positive and helping people is what kind of helps me get through it because I'm able to help other people.
Audrey is said to be helpful and kind. She takes it upon herself to counsel and discipline cadets on campus. She is one of those students who wants to see everyone succeed.
I don't know, I just say you got to grow through what you go through. You know, no matter how hard things are, you just got to keep pushing.
We sure hope you enjoyed our look back at the students who show us all that your character matters. On behalf of KC24 and the Tulare County Office of Education, thank you for watching, and we look forward to bringing you more stories featuring South Valley students with great character. Bye-bye.